Well, hello friends and welcome back to my channel. I'm Renee and today I am working on some beautiful French onion soup. We're going to make and can it, and we're going to use the French onion soup recipe out of the New Ball canning book. I love this book. The only thing different that I do with my French onion soup is, well, I'm doubling this first off, but I use red wine instead of the white wine it calls for. So that's, I just think it gives it a much deeper flavor. I love this stuff. That's how my family loves it. So anyway, I got all my onions. I got 8 pounds of onions here, and I got all them cut up, and all we're gonna do is, I got them all peeled. And I'm just working on cutting them up. And I just cut them a little bit thicker. You can cut them however you want to, but I do them just a little bit thicker. And they're beautiful. And it works out quite well. They get about a 1/4 inch. And I like it that way. So, but you can cut them any way you want.
Nana,
Oh, look who's here. Say hi, friends.
hi, friends. And Colin, I put this in my backpack.
You're taking it home? Okay.
Yeah, this thing. Okay.
Okay. All right, so we're just going to get these cut up, and then we'll get them over to the stove, and we will get them sauteing. These have to caramelize, and you know what? It's going to take them about a good hour to get to where you want them. I love French onion soup. It's wonderful to have on your shelf. You can use it for French onion soup, of course. You can use it as, my mother used to use it as a broth in some of her soups. You can use it like dipping your roast beef sandwiches in. You can use it for a gravy base. It's wonderful. Perfect. I might need to use my I'm thinking about to caramelize these. I might need to use my 17-inch skillet. I'm not sure. We'll figure it out. But anyway, we got those all cut up. Doesn't take long to cut them up. Depends on how you want to cut them. So let me decide which I'm going to use first, whether my 17-inch skillet or my stock pot. I've got a 24-quart stock pot. I might do that. We'll see. I'll be right back. Okay, friends. We are set. I decided, you know what? I decided just to go ahead and caramelize the onions in my stock pot here, because then I won't have to transfer them. I still can't lift that pan very well because after I hurt my wrist, it's getting much better, but it still is a little sore. Now, you can use butter if you want. I'm using olive oil. That is what the recipe calls for as well. So, but you can use whatever you want, okay? Let's set that back. We're going to turn this on. Let that get a little warm, but we are going to put salt and pepper in here. We're going to start putting these in here. I am not going to worry about separating these because they'll separate as I stir them, as they cook. They'll be wonderful. It's going to be an awful lot in here, but the worst I'm going to have to do is change it to my bigger stock pot. But these do cook down horrifically. I mean, they cook way down to almost nothing, you know. All right. So we got them all in there. Okay, so with this, we're going to do a tablespoon of salt in here. And we're going to do about a ½ tablespoon of pepper. Beautiful. That's what we're going to put in there. I'm going to give these a nice stir. Well, did you see that? I always make a mess. We're going to get that. Watch this. We don't want to burn ourselves, but my stove is clean, so I'm not going to worry about that. Absolutely. I keep my stove immaculate. All right. Turn this back on. There we go. We fixed it. All right, so I got these all stirred up and coated. I'll show you how they look in there. Okay, see how nice those are? And see how they start breaking up too? It's going to be wonderful. Those are going to cook way down, and there's just going to be a small amount in the bottom of that pan. Okay, so we're going to put a lid on these. These are going to take about a good hour to cook, and we are going to turn this down. I don't want these to burn. I'm going to stir them frequently, and then when we are ready to put this soup together, I'll bring you back and we'll get it done. Okay, friends, take a look at how those onions are doing. The lighting isn't the greatest, but they are a beautiful light caramel color. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pour my 6 cups of red wine in here. And with that, I'm going to add my thyme in here, which is 2 teaspoons. And I'm using the ground thyme because I don't want the little chunks of thyme. I know it calls for just dried thyme, but I use the ground thyme. Now this, I'm just going to leave cook, and I'm going to stir this, and I'm going to want this wine to cook down about, reduced by about half. It smells wonderful, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. Okay, so when that gets done, we'll finish up with the rest of this soup. Beautiful. I'm going to stir that quite a bit, quite often, so I'm going to stay right here and babysit this and let that cook down. Okay, friends, I had to get a bigger pan. This wine has cooked down with these onions enough to where I can add the rest of my stuff. So in is going to go my broth. I got a gallon of that, 4 quarts. And I'm also going to use some of my home canned onion broth. I'm going to use 2 quarts of that. So that's going to go in. Beautiful. Here's the other quart. That's going to go in. Gorgeous. Okay, we'll give it a nice stir. And it looks beautiful and it smells wonderful. And that's it. All we got to do now is just let it simmer for about 15 minutes. And during that time, I'll get my jars all ready. And then we'll get this canned up. This is beautiful. Okay, friends. We are ready to can this up. And this is beautiful. I have got my recommended amount of water in my canner, which is about 3 quarts in mine. I also put a little bit of vinegar in there. And I'm excited to get this canned up. This is beautiful. Now, I tasted it, and it did need a little more of the beef bouillon. So I added a little more of, and what I used was better than bouillon. I used that. So it's wonderful. Well, we're just gonna fill these jars. So now it does. It taste perfect. And that red wine gives it just a depth of flavor. I love it. Well, I gotta have a little bit more in there. There we go. Beautiful. Now I'll show you what I do. We don't need to debubble this because it's liquid. So we're just going to wipe the rim and we're going to put a lid on, center it. We're going to put the ring on, finger tight, and this, I can touch the rim, is going to go into the canner. Gorgeous. It's going to be wonderful. I'm excited to see how many I get. I hope I get the entire canner full. I'll do a couple more of these and then I'll do the rest of them off camera. There we go. Okay, so we're going to wipe this rim off, and I got a little bit of vinegar on my paper towel, even though there's no grease in here. Oh, that's a piece of the seal. Let me check that and make sure it's all intact, and it does. It looks good. Okay, just an extra piece on the outside. Oh, that's warm. Okay. Oh, that was loud. In the canner that goes. I've broke a few jars doing that too, friends. Over the years of canning, yes. I've hit them on my canner and broke them. It happens. Beautiful. Look at the color of that. And you can see that color quite well. Oh, you could probably see it better if I move this. There we go. Now you'll see it good. I'm sorry about that. We'll have to do a couple extra just for that. Beautiful. Just wipe that off. Put my lid and my ring on there. Perfect. In the canner that goes. All right, I'll do another one because I think the jars were in your way. And I've got a nice amount of onions in each ladle. So there'll be onions throughout. This really is easy to can. Perfect. Okay, we'll wipe this off. We're going to stick a ring or lid in the ring, and it's ready for the canner. All right, we got 7 beautiful quarts of onion soup out of here, and I've got enough for 2 servings for dinner. Okay, let me move this aside. Ooh, that's like somebody running their fingers down a chalkboard. We'll get this screwed down. Just finger tight. If you have one of these, it's no more than finger tight. All right, beautiful. Looks good. We're going to turn that up. Not that high. Okay. Okay, once this starts to spew, of course I'm going to let it vent for 10 minutes, that steam, and then I'm going to put the jiggler on it. Once the jiggler starts to jiggle, the first time it jiggles, I'm going to time these. These are quarts, so they're going to go for an hour and 15 minutes. If you do pints, it's only 60 minutes. So I'll bring you back when those are done. They're going to be gorgeous. Still kind of warm, but it's cool enough to get into. So we're going to open it up and we're going to take out our jars. And it's cooled down enough so I don't believe that I need to worry about siphoning. They're bubbling just a little bit, but I do believe they're okay. Look at how beautiful that is. I'll show you that because you can't see it very good. My lighting isn't the greatest today. So I'll get this down here and then I'll show them to you. They turned out beautiful. And I got 7 gorgeous quarts. We also got a quart, not quite a quart, about 3/4 of a quart that we can have for a meal. We didn't have it tonight though, so it's in the fridge. Anyway, okay, let me turn this light on. Maybe we can see a little better. Let me bring you around here and I'll show you how beautiful these turned out. All right, friends, just take a look at that gorgeous color. Absolutely, and it looks like they've all sealed. I can see the dent. Oh no, maybe not that one. They're all close to sealing. Some of them have sealed. But look at, I've got a lot of onions in each jar. It's a beautiful, rich brown color. I'm telling you, the red wine is the secret. That's music to your ears. Well, there you have it, friends. This is going to be a lovely addition to the pantry for the wintertime. We made some beautiful French onion soup. It smells wonderful in my kitchen. You all have a wonderful day. Thanks for hanging out with me in the kitchen, and I'll see you in the next video. And as always, thanks for watching.